Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Niara Alexis, and today, like the title says, I'm gonna share with you a couple of habits that will ruin your hair. So if you watch my channel frequently, you know that one of the first things I want to mention is wearing ponytails often. But I want to give a disclaimer because I know a lot of naturals swear by wearing their hair up in a bun as a protective style, and I think it can be okay if you're doing it in the right way. When I say wearing your hair in a ponytail or a bun frequently, I mean your hair is dry, it's super brittle, and you're throwing it up in a ponytail with a rubber band or combing your hair back. One thing that is crazy to me, when I see people comb their hair back into a slick back pony, you are ripping. I know you pulling that comb back into some hair in that comb. Super tightly back, so much product back into a tight ponytail with a rubber band, and wearing it like that for days on days. If the ponytail is your go-to style and you just don't know what to do with your hair, I promise you, you are creating a lot of breakage and you are making your hair more unhealthy the more and more you do that. I feel like something's on my tooth. So when you see people wear their hair in ponytails frequently, but they have very thick, lush, healthy hair, there are a couple of things that they are probably doing. One, their hair is well moisturized, well oiled. Two, look at the product that they're using to tie their hair back in a ponytail. Rarely do you see them wearing, one, a super tight ponytail, or two, putting their hair in a ponytail with a rubber band. They're probably using some sort of hair tie, a silky scrunchie, something like that. That's not gonna break the hair. There's so many different elements that can make the ponytail and the bun wearing detrimental to your hair. So if you're doing that frequently, maybe look at what it is you're doing, and also just give your hair a break from that if you can. The second thing is not clipping your ends. We need to be done with the idea and the thought that clipping your ends is getting a haircut. And what I will say is, some of y'all, your ends are so fried and crunchety that you do just need a haircut. And I think that's why some of y'all are scared to do it. And I want to just say right now, if your hair is looking fried, I don't know how else to explain it but fried. If your hair is looking fried, it's looking crunchy, if you see all types of spacing and gapping and thickness in your hair, you probably need a haircut. But clipping your ends on a regular basis will avoid all of that. Every 4 to 6 weeks, create a schedule of when you're clipping your ends. I promise you, the more regular you get with clipping your ends, the less that will have to be clipped and the better your hair will look. My advice to anybody, if you know your ends are just so far gone and you do need a haircut, just go ahead and get the haircut. I promise you, your hair is gonna grow back and it's gonna look even better. Go ahead, get your haircut, and put your hair in a protective style. If you just don't like your hair that short, put it in a protective style. Put some braids, some twists, cornrows, something like that, where you're putting all your hair away. I don't suggest a sew-in or anything with any leave out, because all you're gonna do is just fry the leave out. That could even be a wig. I personally, wigs is not my ministry. Y'all have asked me to do wigs on here before, and I'm gonna tell you, baby, hell won't have to freeze over before I put a wig on. I cannot deal with not being able to get to my scalp. Now, another thing is having super dry hair and doing nothing about it. If you know that you have dry hair, moisture should be your best friend. Every product you use should have some sort of moisture element to it. You need a moisture shampoo, a deep conditioner. You need to be doing hot oil treatments to infuse those oils and moisture into your scalp, into your hair. Everybody's hair is not the same. So I know a lot of y'all follow me because y'all like the way that my hair turns out, especially when I wear my hair out and flowy and in a silk press and whatnot. I don't use a lot of product. My hair isn't super dry, but that might not be what you need to do. You have to listen to what your hair needs versus how you want your hair to look. If you're more concerned with the look, you're gonna be ignoring signs that your hair is trying to tell you, I need more moisture, I need more cleansing, I need more whatever, all because you're trying to go after a certain look. So if you know that you have dry hair, and you can't necessarily get away with putting very minimal product in your hair like I do, find a routine that will work for you. Maybe doing hot oil treatments weekly is what your hair needs in order for you to maintain that style, but to also get the moisture that your hair needs. Now, one thing I feel might be apparent to most people, but some of us not so much, is just laziness. You just don't want to do your hair, you don't feel like doing your hair. And I'm not saying this applies to everybody, but I find a lot of people that wear wigs do it just out of like the convenience, and like they put the wig on and they feel like they don't have to do anything to their hair underneath. And same for like protective styles, and that is not true. You need to be oiling and greasing that hair up, making sure it's not dry, like I just said, making sure when you do put your hair back in those cornrows for your braids or whatever, your ends are clipped, you've done a good deep conditioning treatment, all of that stuff. You cannot just slap a wig on over and over and over again and then be confused as to why your hair doesn't look how you want it to. And then on the other hand, you have people that are putting too much into your hair, okay? If you're changing your hair, changing your mind every 5 minutes about what you want to do with your hair is never gonna flourish. I will say my hair recently just got back to the point where I feel like it's super healthy, but my hair was at its unhealthiest when I was flip-flopping between being natural and being relaxed, and being natural and being relaxed, and being natural, and I was going back and forth so many different times. My hair had 5-6 different textures in it. Like, it was just too much. So make a decision, decide what it is you want to do. And if you don't know yet, the best thing you can do is put a protective style in. Once you're starting to get in the groove of figuring that style out, your hair is just going to flourish. It's going to start to get what we call trained, okay? And it's just going to be so much easier for you in the long run, and your hair is going to be a lot healthier too. So that is it. I hope that was helpful for you guys. I hope that if you have been doing any of these habits, I gave you some really good solutions to figuring out like what it is you should do. I honestly just want everybody to know that you can have salon quality hair at home, no matter what hair type you have. You just have to learn how to work with your hair. And I just find it's easiest for me to share the things that I do with my hair. But please feel free to comment below. Let me know some things that you have done that maybe helped with some of these habits, so that we can learn from each other here, okay? Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.